this, the Lebanon war in particular, as a wedge to divide Trump and Netanyahu.
Franco, at the same time, whatever the differences may be, don't Trump and Netanyahu still have to work together on some level?
Yeah. I mean, they do. I mean, if the goal is to reach some kind of durable agreement that meets, Trump's original objectives, including ending Iran's support of aligned groups, I mean, they need each other. Israel needs the U.S. to negotiate this agreement. It can't do it on its own. Trump needs Israel to really establish security in the region. Trump also knows Netanyahu. As Aaron David Miller explained to me, Netanyahu's kind of the devil that he knows. Trump knows how to push Netanyahu's buttons. And while they did get into this war together, that doesn't necessarily.
All right, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm Todd Barnett, Commissioner of Community Safety for the City of Minneapolis. I'm pleased to introduce Bill Peterson as the Mayor's choice for interim Chief of Police for the City of Minneapolis Police Department. Before I continue, I just want to thank Assistant Chief Katie Blackwell for filling in the last week as the acting Chief of Police. Chief Peterson has more than 30 years of experience with the Minneapolis Police Department. He will continue to rebuild our staffing levels, reduce crime, strengthen our relationships with the community when it comes to trust, and also he will continue the work that we're doing with community safety reform, reform efforts. One thing I just want to share with you is that Chief Peterson and I go back a ways when I was Chief Judge of Hennepin County. And so we have a really good relationship, and I believe that relationship will serve the city well as we continue down this road the next couple of months. I'm confident in his experience in leadership, and I truly want to thank him for stepping up and answering the call. And so I'm going to turn it over to Chief Peterson to give a few remarks, and then we'll have a couple of questions.
Thanks, Commissioner. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to the mayor and to city leadership for providing this opportunity and for demonstrating their trust and confidence in my ability to take on this role. I am truly honored. This department and the city are in a clear period of transition. My goal is to create stability and leadership for both the department and for the community. I am aware that my position as interim chief impacts more than just our department. I have been on the Minneapolis Police Department for over 30 years, and I have been in leadership roles for nearly 20. I have demonstrated my ability to collaborate and partner with leadership throughout the department, the city enterprise, community organizations, business leaders, and those who call Minneapolis home. To the members of the community, the MPD, and all of our law enforcement partners, you know me. I am proud of the fact that I am a known, trusted, and respected law enforcement leader, both within our own agency and among our local, county, state, and federal partners. I want all members of this department to feel supported and confident in the leadership that is in place. I am stepping up in a time of need and will provide stability for as long as necessary as the department continues to move forward until a permanent chief is appointed. During my discussions with the mayor, I have made it very clear I am committed to filling the interim role as chief of police for the Minneapolis Police Department. At this time, I will support the process of identifying the next permanent chief, but at this time, I am not planning to be a candidate for the permanent chief of police. I am thankful for all who have reached out with words of support and encouragement. Your support reassures me that I am the right person for this job at this moment. I am extremely thankful to my family for their support. We are a department in transition. However, the foundation of our department is strong. We have great people, we have great leaders, and we are a fully functioning police department that is still moving forward. And with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Hi, Katie from 11 News. I'm just wondering, given Ryan O'Hara's sudden resignation and some of the challenges possibly with your appointment commissioner, why do you believe the residents in Minneapolis should have faith right now with no permanent top leadership at this level in your ability to provide public safety?
Well, again, I've been on the department for over 30 years. I've been in leadership roles for 20 years, and I have been in leadership roles through some of the most challenging times in the Minneapolis Police Department, especially the last 6 years. I've been here for major incidents, natural disasters, and I have been extremely successful leading in all of those circumstances, and I am very confident that I have the leadership ability to move our department forward.
Ping pong back and forth, ready.
Chief, I'm probably the only one in here old enough to remember during the tornado in North Minneapolis and how you have established relationships with so many residents and businesses and how you helped keep people safe and make sure people work together. How will you use your relationships that you've had over the last 30 years to help you guide this department forward?
Relationships are key to any success. I'll start by saying that I was a 25-year resident of the city of Minneapolis. I lived in the Bryn Mawr neighborhood and started raising my family in this city. We moved out a short time ago simply to get our kids in a Wayzata school district. And again, I'll just go back to relationships are key. Relationships in the community, relationships with our law enforcement partners, they're crucial. I've had a number of law enforcement leaders from across the state reach out to me, both local, county, state. I had a meeting with some of our federal partners just this week, and I will be relying on those relationships as we move forward.
Maybe a question for the commissioner. What does the timeline look like for getting a new permanent chief in place, and how will having an interim chief, impact the consent decree and the goals there?
Sure. I'll start with the last part of your question about is there any impact on the settlement agreement or consent decree. There will be none. I know that there are some discussions that Chief Peterson and I need to have just to get them up to speed, but that work continues to be done by all the staff members in that area. They'll see no change in the progress that we need to make. To the first part of the question about the process, what I'll tell you is that since last week, we have started discussions on what that process will look like. We haven't gotten to the point that we want to announce it yet. It's so important that we get some feedback from our staff in the Minneapolis Police Department on what they would like to see. Also, we want to make sure that we continue to be transparent on the process, but right now our expectation is that it'll take up to 6 months and really leaning probably more towards the 6 months than any time sooner.
Liz?
Chief, your predecessor was highly visible in the community. He gave frequent interviews, was out on the street a lot. What should we expect to see for your leadership in terms of your accessibility with the media and just your prevalence out in the field?
I can tell you that I am not Chief O'Hara in that regard. I had a conversation with former council member Lisa Goodman, and she said, Billy, you have done an exceptional job leading the first precinct in downtown, and you've been down there for several years. How in the heck have you remained below the radar? And what I will say is I'm somebody who is always focused on the job, but I'm not somebody who relishes the opportunity to jump in front of the camera. I will make myself available as needed, and that's all I've got to say for now.
Hey, Chief. Ben Henry, Channel 5. First, Lisa Clemens says, congratulations, Billy. A message to the rank and file. What are you sharing with them to instill confidence, keep morale from slipping anywhere that it's at the moment, given the last week or so? What's your message to them?
First, thank you to Lisa. I've known her for many years. I want to say I'm all in. I was initially reluctant when asked to take this position because I have loved my role in downtown Minneapolis as the inspector of the 1st Precinct. I spent the last few years designing a brand new building, a state-of-the-art facility. I believe, for some of you, if you have not been in there, it's fantastic. And I felt like I just built a new home and I'm being asked to move out temporarily. So what I will say is, once I commit to something, I'm fully committed. I'm trusted, I believe, within the police department. I'm known within our police department. And again, I go back to, I have been involved in a variety of major incidents over the course of my 30 years on this police department. And I've proven leadership within our department. And I believe that in and of itself will give our membership confidence going forward.
Commissioner, can you talk about what you were looking for in this position and specifically why not Katie Blackman?
This water ended up being a mess. So we're going to have to get a stand for next time.
Question about what we were looking for in a leader. And maybe I'll kind of start with last week and how things unfolded a little bit there. Chief O'Hara's resignation really got a lot of things moving quickly. And so we needed to name a acting chief of police. And people have asked, well, why didn't you wait and do interim? So if I go on vacation or one of our appointed staff go on vacation, we name an acting person to be in a position in case of emergency or be in a position to lead the organization while that person is gone. And so we did the acting chief role. While Assistant Chief Blackwell was in that role, she's done a great job this last week in that role, but that gave the mayor time to really think and be intentional on who he wanted as the interim police chief for this department. And he chose Chief Peterson in that role and has the confidence in him like I do. Like you've heard Chief Peterson talk about his experience and the things that he's been through. And so we're just glad that he answered the call to lead for these next couple of months.
I've got time for a few more, but somebody who has not asked a question yet. If not, we'll go, you started, so we'll go back here.
Chief, you touched on this a little bit, but I'm just wondering, why are you not interested in going for the permanent role of chief?
You know, these jobs are extremely demanding. I understand the demands of it, but I'm at a point in my career where I still love to lead, but the constant public scrutiny is something that at this point I don't want to have to deal with. Like I said, I've been downtown and I believe that I've done a truly amazing job down there. I've been downtown now for almost 9 years. I was a day watch lieutenant for 2 years and the inspector for 7. I've built unbelievable relationships, partnerships with community members, neighborhood groups, outreach workers, everybody that you can think of. And over the course of that time, I've rarely had to jump in front of the camera. In fact, I've told Sergeant Parton, who I don't know if he's in here, he's in the back, every time he calls me for an interview, I said, you know I have a face made for radio, so please yourself do that interview. But I believe that I'm more than capable of doing the job or I would not have accepted it. It's just not something after 30 years that I'm looking to jump into. Okay. Thank you.
After 30 years, what do you think the department and city needs in the next chief?
Can you repeat that question?
After 30 years of experience with the department, what do you think are the qualities that the city and the department need at this time?
I think we need somebody who is extremely well known, somebody that has proven their leadership ability, somebody that is trusted, somebody that our department and our community can be confident in to lead us forward. And I think we need somebody that is, you know, vested in not only our department, but in the city of Minneapolis and our community.
We're going to go 2 more questions. I know that you both have, so we're going to go Liz, then we're going to go Ben, and then the chief's got to get back to work.
Commissioner, a number of top MPD supervisors have expressed their desire to choose an internal chief for the permanent role this time around. Is that under consideration, or will you still cast an extremely wide net and do a full national search like the last time?
Thanks for that question, Liz. I'll tell you what I said to the command staff and other members from the Minneapolis Police Department. I'm excited to have internal candidates apply. I think that's great. In fact, I think they should have a leg up because they know the department, that they should come to an interview prepared, and that preparation doesn't just mean show up, but that preparation means coming with a plan and goals for the department. My job as commissioner is to present candidates to the mayor that are highly qualified, that he has some good choices to make. My expectation that I told the group is that they have to apply. We can't have an internal candidate if they don't apply. And so that's the first step for those people to do that. But we will have a national search. That will happen. And we'll go through that process. But right now, we're just really concentrating on, what that's going to look like. And definitely when we know, we'll first let MPD staff know what the process is and then do it more publicly.
I'm sure you've given it some thought over your 30 years or so. In these first 30 days, what are a couple specifics that you plan to put in place that's unique to yourself with the department?
I missed the middle part of that question.
In the first 30 days here.
Yep.
Can you share a couple specifics, a couple plans you have in place, and you plan to put in place for the department?
I don't have specifics at this time. What I can say is my number one priority is public safety, and I've talked to some of the other leaders within the department, and by that I mean we have to continue to ensure that there are men and women who are putting on this uniform who are ready to answer 911 calls for service. We also have investigations that are critical in so many other functions within our police department that have to be filled, but the ultimate goal of our department for public safety should be that when somebody calls 911, that we have people to respond. As we head into summer, there's lots of concerns going into summer. I can tell you that. We're very, very busy time of the year. We've got Aquatennial Parade coming up. We've got Pride Parade, 4th of July, Taste of Minnesota. The list goes on and on. I got to figure out how to properly staff all of those events so when people are coming to those, that they feel safe and can enjoy their time in the city. I can tell you that this week, some of you may be at the Special Operations Command tomorrow. We kicked off Operation Safe Summer, and we're working very closely with our law enforcement partners, again, both local, county, state, and federal. It's always a very productive team effort, and I think it's a great way to start the summer.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Appreciate it.